Have you ever met someone so extraordinary that they seemed truly one of a kind? Now imagine meeting people so incredibly rare that someone like them appears only once in a generation. These remarkable individuals possess unique gifts, extraordinary traits, or life stories that place them in a category all their own. Their impact reaches far beyond their personal lives, and their inspiring journeys continue to captivate people around the world. Get ready to meet 15 individuals who have redefined what it truly means to be human. Their incredible lives will leave you amazed, inspired, and filled with admiration. Number 15, Joy and Joyce Magsino. Doctors never expected Joy and Joyce Magsino to survive for long. Today, they continue to prove those predictions wrong. The sisters from the Philippines are craniopagus twins, meaning they were born with their skulls joined together. Early medical estimates suggested they might live only around 10 years. But at 16, they are still moving forward, still smiling, and still astonishing everyone who once doubted them. For a time, separation surgery seemed like a possible solution. Unfortunately, the cost was far beyond what their family could afford, and the risks were simply too great. Specialists eventually concluded that the dangers outweighed the potential benefits. What followed was not a story of limitations, but one of resilience and adaptation. The twins have embraced life with remarkable confidence. Their social media videos have introduced millions of people to their humor, warmth, and infectious energy. While many arrive out of curiosity, they stay because of the incredible personalities behind the condition. Together, Joy and Joyce remind the world that true strength doesn't always come from standing alone. Sometimes, it comes from learning to face life side by side. Number 14, the human snake. He was born without arms or legs, yet he refused to let that define his future. Living with tetra amelia syndrome, Prince Randian learned from an early age to rely entirely on the abilities he did have. After moving to the United States at the age of 18, he joined Barnum's Circus and quickly became one of its most unforgettable performers. Audiences watched in amazement as he rolled cigarettes, lit them with his lips, and even wrote using only his mouth. What appeared to be simple tricks demanded extraordinary patience, precision, and determination. To make his act seem even more unusual, showmen often dressed him as a caterpillar, a snake, or even a giant potato. Randian accepted it all with remarkable humor. Those who knew him described him as witty, confident, and genuinely charming. Beyond the stage, he built a fulfilling life, marrying, raising 5 children, and refusing to let others decide what he was capable of achieving. When he passed away in 1934, shortly after a performance in New York, the circus lost one of its greatest stars. Those closest to him remembered something even greater, a man whose determination was impossible to ignore. Number 13, Igor Vovkovinskiy. By the age of 7, Igor Vovkovinskiy was already taller than many fully grown adults. Born in Ukraine in 1982, his extraordinary growth quickly became impossible to overlook. Doctors later discovered that a tumor affecting his pituitary gland was causing his body to produce excessive amounts of growth hormone. Hoping to find proper treatment, his family relocated to Minnesota while he was still a child. Despite medical care, his condition continued to push his height upward until he reached an astonishing 7 feet 8 inches, earning recognition as the tallest man in the United States. While most people focused on his height, Igor lived with the many challenges that came along with it. His joints endured constant strain, surgeries became a regular part of his life, and even finding shoes turned into a major obstacle. At one point, he required size 26 shoes, something nearly impossible to find off the shelf. Supporters eventually helped fund specially made footwear designed just for him. Despite the pain and countless obstacles, Igor became known for his kindness, humor, and warm personality. He proudly embraced his Ukrainian heritage and often used his public recognition to inspire others. When he passed away in 2021, people remembered far more than his incredible height. They remembered the remarkable kindness that stood even taller. Number 12, Zip the Pinhead. The world knew him as Zip the Pinhead, but his real name was William Henry Johnson. Long before circus posters turned him into a spectacle, he was simply a man born with microcephaly, a condition that affected both the size of his skull and his cognitive development. Barnum recognized an opportunity to draw larger crowds and promoted Zip as the so-called missing link between humans and apes. Visitors paid to see him confined inside a cage, where he was encouraged to screech, growl, and rattle the bars. The performance had little to do with who William truly was. As public tastes evolved, the act changed as well. Barnum later presented Zip as a refined and civilized man, neatly dressed and calmly interacting with audiences. The transformation wasn't about William's identity, it was simply another way to sell a different story. Over time, the nickname Pinhead spread far beyond the circus and became part of popular culture. Yet behind the label, the costume, and the carefully crafted image stood a man whose true life was often overshadowed by the character others created for him. Number 11, Joanna Thomas. At just 21 years old, Joanna Thomas made history by becoming the youngest British woman ever to earn professional bodybuilding status, an achievement that many athletes spend an entire lifetime pursuing. For Joanna, however, it marked only the beginning of her journey. Throughout the late 1990s and early 2000s, she built a reputation on the American bodybuilding circuit as one of its fiercest competitors. Her physique immediately stood out, with dense muscle, razor-sharp conditioning, and an extraordinary level of development that left many wondering how she achieved it. While some accused her of using steroids, Joanna often relied on methods that were equally brutal, including extremely painful deep tissue massage treatments designed to break down muscle fibers and stimulate new growth. The process shocked many who learned about it. Unfortunately, the human body remembers every sacrifice. After years of relentless physical strain, doctors diagnosed Joanna in 2019 with severe early-onset osteoarthritis in both knees. Training gradually became more difficult until it was no longer possible, and the muscles she had worked so hard to build slowly disappeared. She hoped to return one day, but life had different plans. Joanna Thomas passed away in April 2020. Number 10, Stephen Luigi. Spend just a few minutes watching Stephen Luigi online, and the first thing you'll probably notice is his smile. Behind that smile lies a journey that most people could hardly imagine. Better known to many as Steo Luddy, Stephen lives with Maffucci syndrome, an extraordinarily rare condition affecting fewer than a couple of hundred documented people worldwide. The disorder causes tumors to develop in the bones and blood vessels, often leading to deformities, chronic pain, fractures, and other serious health complications. Hospitals became a familiar part of Stephen's life long before he was old enough to understand why. His childhood was filled with surgeries, treatments, and lengthy recoveries, yet bitterness never became part of who he was. Instead, he chose laughter. Today, millions follow his videos not because they feel sorry for him, but because they genuinely enjoy his humor and positive spirit. He openly shares both the difficult moments and the joyful ones. And that honesty has inspired countless people facing health challenges of their own. Number 9, Jacob. The wig man for most people. Wigs are simply a way to change their appearance, and millions wear them every day. But it's far less common to see a 6-foot-tall man proudly building an entire collection around them. For Jacob, wigs were never about hiding who he was. Around the age of 16, he began wearing them simply because he enjoyed transforming his look and escaping what he considered a boring appearance. One day, he might wear long blonde hair, the next bright, colorful styles, or something completely different. Over the years, his collection grew to more than 40 wigs, each offering a new way to express himself. While not everyone understood his passion at first, Jacob never felt the need to fit into anyone else's expectations. He often says he wears wigs for one simple reason: they make him feel good about himself. He chooses to live life on his own terms, embracing the freedom to look however he wants. Number 8. Jennifer Miller. There was once a time when women with beards were displayed as little more than curiosities for paying audiences. Jennifer Miller looked at that history and decided to rewrite it completely. Rather than hiding her facial hair or feeling pressured to conform, she embraced it with confidence and built her life around complete self-acceptance. As her confidence grew, so did her impact. Over the years, Jennifer became far more than a performer. She founded Circus Amok, a New York-based circus that combines theater, comedy, activism, and acrobatics into a truly unique form of entertainment. She also established herself as a writer, director, educator, and playwright, using every platform available to challenge society's ideas about beauty and identity. What makes Jennifer truly remarkable isn't her appearance, but her refusal to let others define it. Where previous generations of bearded women were often treated as sideshow attractions, Jennifer transformed that image into a powerful conversation about individuality, proving that she never needed to change herself to fit the world. Number 7. The hairiest Chinese man. Most people spend their lives trying not to stand out, but Yu Zhenwan never had that choice. Born with the extremely rare condition known as congenital generalized hypertrichosis, he became famous throughout China as the country's hairiest man. By 2002, reports suggested that nearly 96% of his body was covered with hair. Wherever he went, people stared. Some were simply curious, while others were openly cruel, giving him nicknames like Caveman. Yet the greatest challenges weren't always the unwanted attention. His condition also caused serious medical problems, including excessive hair growth inside his ear canals that interfered with drainage and threatened his hearing. Surgeons later removed the blockage, and laser treatments reduced hair growth on parts of his face. But there remains no permanent cure. Rather than hiding from the world, Yu chose to live openly. He appeared in films, performed music, and continued living his life in the public eye, hoping people would see beyond the condition that made him famous and recognize the person behind it. Number 6. Samuel Evelyn Mann. From the moment Samuel was born, the odds were overwhelmingly against him. Doctors diagnosed him with thanatophoric dysplasia, one of the rarest and most severe skeletal disorders ever identified. The condition affects the development of the bones, lungs, and chest, making survival beyond infancy incredibly rare. In fact, its name comes from a Greek phrase meaning bringing death, a heartbreaking reminder of its history. But Samuel had a different story to tell. Days turned into months, and months became years, as the child many believed would never grow up continued proving every prediction wrong. Along the way, he developed something no medical report could ever measure: a sharp sense of humor, an energetic personality, and an inspiring determination that impressed everyone around him. Although life continues to bring significant challenges and there is still no cure, researchers remain committed to studying the genetic mutations behind the condition in hopes of developing better treatments. What truly makes Samuel extraordinary isn't the rarity of his condition, but the incredible life he has built despite it. Number 5. Jaspit Singh Kalra. As children, most of us twisted our bodies into strange positions just for fun. But Jaspit Singh Kalra never stopped. Growing up in Punjab, he became fascinated by the limits of human flexibility after watching a famous contortionist perform. What began as a childhood curiosity gradually evolved into an extraordinary talent. Years of relentless practice enabled him to perform movements that seem almost impossible to the average person. He can dramatically rotate his torso, bend his legs into astonishing positions, and twist his upper body so far that it appears to face the opposite direction. Even more remarkable is the fact that he performs these incredible feats without experiencing pain. Widely known as the Rubber Man, Jaspit has become one of India's most recognized contortionists. His performances captivate audiences everywhere, from schools and festivals to television appearances. Yet beyond the records and recognition, his true passion lies in continually exploring just how far the human body can be pushed. Number 4. Chun. The dwarf bodybuilder. When most people imagine a bodybuilder, they picture someone with towering muscles, broad shoulders, and an imposing physique. Very few imagine a man standing just 4 feet 6 inches tall. That's exactly what makes Chun's journey so inspiring. Living with X-linked spondyloepiphyseal dysplasia tarda, a rare form of dwarfism, Chun spent years proving that determination has nothing to do with height. Through unwavering discipline and relentless training, he built an impressive bodybuilding career and earned recognition for achieving what many believed was impossible. Since first sharing his story, life has become even more fulfilling. One of his happiest moments came with the birth of his son, Gabriel, ironically. Gabriel was reportedly the tallest baby ever delivered by the North London home birth team, despite having a father who stands only 4 feet 6 inches tall. Beyond fatherhood, Chun has dedicated himself to helping others with dwarfism discover opportunities in entertainment and business. Through his company and various partnerships, he connects talented individuals with opportunities they might never have received otherwise, continuing to inspire people both inside and outside the bodybuilding world. Number 3. Bojana Danilova. Imagine turning a photograph upside down and leaving it that way for the rest of your life. That's the closest most people can come to understanding Bojana Danilova's reality. Born in Serbia, Bojana lives with an extraordinarily rare neurological condition that causes her brain to process the world upside down. Her eyes function perfectly normally. The difference lies entirely in how her brain interprets the visual information it receives. As a child, this condition made everyday activities especially challenging. Balance never came naturally, movement felt awkward, and even the simplest tasks required extra coordination and effort. Gradually, however, she adapted to the world as her brain perceived it. Today, what would seem confusing to almost anyone else feels completely natural to her. At work, her computer monitor is positioned upside down. Documents are flipped before she reads them. And even televisions and mobile phones are adjusted to match the way her brain processes images. Her extraordinary case has attracted researchers from some of the world's leading institutions, fascinated by how successfully she has adapted. Despite the challenges, Bojana earned a university degree, built a successful career, and learned to thrive in a reality that very few people could ever imagine. Number 2. Isaiah Acosta. Some people spend years searching for their voice, but Isaiah Acosta found his without ever speaking a single word. Born with agnathia, an exceptionally rare condition that left him without a jaw, Isaiah faced unimaginable challenges from the very beginning. Many believed he would never survive, yet he continued proving those expectations wrong at every stage of his life. While technology gave him the ability to communicate through a text-to-speech device, everything that made him inspiring came entirely from his own personality. Today, Isaiah has built an online platform that reaches millions of people. He creates videos, dances, jokes with his audience, and even records music. What truly stands out isn't his condition, but the confidence and self-acceptance he radiates. As he grew older, doctors discussed surgical procedures that could have altered his appearance. After carefully considering the options, Isaiah chose not to undergo them because he never believed he was broken or incomplete. That decision speaks volumes about the person he has become. By openly sharing his journey, Isaiah continues to remind millions that happiness isn't always found by changing who you are, but by fully accepting yourself. Number 1. Mehran Karimi Nasseri. Imagine missing a flight and being stranded at an airport for a few hours. Frustrating, isn't it? Now imagine remaining there for nearly 18 years. That unbelievable reality became the life of Mehran Karimi Nasseri, an Iranian refugee whose extraordinary story was so remarkable that it eventually inspired Hollywood. In 1988, complications involving his immigration documents left him trapped inside Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport. He could not legally enter France. Yet authorities were equally unable to send him anywhere else. What began as a bureaucratic nightmare slowly turned into his everyday existence. A red bench inside Terminal 1 became his bedroom, airport restrooms became his bathroom, and a small collection of suitcases, books, newspapers, and personal belongings became his entire world within one of Europe's busiest airports. Airport employees watched the years pass while countless travelers came and went, but Mehran remained. His incredible story attracted journalists from around the world and later inspired the film The Terminal. Behind the worldwide attention, however, was simply a man longing for one basic human need, a place to truly belong. After spending 18 years living inside the airport, he finally left in 2006 and passed away in 2022. If you enjoyed watching this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you never miss our next one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.